Kendrick Lamar. Congrats to Kendrick Lamar. How does Drake come back after this? How does this look for Drake? It's not just about the beef. It's not just about the rap battle. It's not just about Not Like Us, is it, right? You think about what this award, what this Grammy Award, what all these Grammy Awards does to actually solidify the ass kicking that Drake got. It's crazy. You're talking about an entire auditorium full of people on their feet singing a minor, like you've got an entire crowd of people, of peers, essentially supporting you as the winner of a rap battle and putting it on and embarrassing another rapper who attempted, who thought, who had the gall, the balls to think that he could go against Kendrick Lamar. Drake, let's get into it. Time to Talk podcast. I want to talk about the Grammys. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I want to talk about the Grammys because Kendrick racked up. So he's got a total of 20. He had 17 Grammys. He's got a total of 21 Grammys now. He's right behind Jay-Z and Kanye West as a rapper goes when it comes to Grammys. And he got Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Best Music Video, and Best Kicking the Ass to a Fake Rapper. Oh, that last one I made up. All right, just deal with it, people. Just deal with it. But it is what it is. He might as well have gotten that award. This is an unprecedented time in rap history, in music history, where you've got a beef between two rappers. One of them goes so far. I mean, the ass kicking here was so extreme. I don't think there's been such, people will argue back in the day that Ether versus the Takeover when it comes to Jay and Nas, that Nas really, but to this day, I have a hard time believing that Ether actually was a better diss track than the Takeover. I think the Takeover was much more accurate in its assessment of Nas's career at the time, and it was really insulting because Jay came at him with facts, right? Whereas Nas basically just said that Jay-Z was ugly and had big lips. Like, it's as a rap battle kind of thing. Nas maybe had the better track. I don't know. I'm partial to the Doors, that particular sample that Jay used. But anyway, I digress when I talk about rap battles. But I'm just simply bringing up the fact that this one is just, and maybe it's because of the age that we're in. Because again, when's the last real rap battle? Like, in this age, this digital age and streaming age and everything with Instagram and TikTok and the amount of publicity and the amount of views and the things that are taking place, like, this is a huge moment in music. And the fact that he won so many awards for this and then has the entire audience, all these people, black, white, everything, rappers, rock and roll, jazz people, gospel people, everybody. You've got that's like a referendum. That is literally an entire body of people in the music industry standing up and going, Drake, you lost. That's where this is at. And it's crazy. I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to Sunday, to the Super Bowl. I want to see what Kendrick is going to do. I read somewhere where they said they weren't sure if he was going to perform Not Like Us. Yeah, really? How? How is he going to get away with that? How? That's not going to happen. Of course he's going to perform Not Like Us. Of course he is. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. And I asked, just like I asked when I first talked about this beef, like, does Drake watch the Super Bowl? Is he going to have a Super Bowl party? I doubt it. I mean, is he going to just leave during halftime? How does that look? Because I don't care who you are. I don't care. You like Drake, you don't like Drake. It's got to rub you the wrong way a little bit. His light-skinned self is going to turn a little bit red when that when that Super Bowl halftime show starts. So we shall see. In other Grammy news, let me talk about Beyonce for a second. Since I got you here and since we're talking Grammys and stuff, let's talk Beyonce. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate y'all. Beyonce, the Cowboy Carter album. Now, I'm going to preface what I'm going to say by saying I'm not a country music fan. I like some country music. I've heard a few things where I enjoy country music. But I'm not a fan. I don't listen to it. I'd be lying if I said I had, a few albums, saved on my Tidal account on my Spotify. I don't. And I'm not a Beyonce fan either. I recognize Beyonce as being a global talent and a hardworking sister who has just put in the work. I get that. I understand that. I'm just not a fanatic of hers, and I think she's highly overrated. So, with all that out of the way, she wins for album. This is the first time she's won Album of the Year. for Cowboy Carter, this country music album. All right. Apparently, she lost at the Country Music Awards. That album did not garner the same award. It didn't win. And there was controversy over that. She's switching genres. She's not switching genres, but she's being genre flexible. But she did a country album, which plenty of people have done. Plenty of people have crossed over different genres in music. She switched over and went country. Now, people will say, well, it's racist. And, she's in that country world. It's predominantly white, even though there's a rich history of black country singers and folk singers and country singers and black artists and cowboys and all that. There's a very rich history that's there that people don't know about. Still, they claim that category is kind of like, the white people category. And she put an album there and it wasn't going to go far because she's a sister trying to get into that. Now, I don't know. I could be totally wrong about all that. I don't want to make it a racist thing. This is what I've heard when she didn't win that. So the Grammys, I was shocked to see that she won the Grammy. To me, it felt like a Mercy Award. It felt like, here you go. Here's your consolation. Like, she's never won an album. I think they felt guilty that she's never won Album of the Year, and everyone expected her to, which I actually agree with. I don't think she's put out, I think there was maybe one album that she put out. She had one album that I really enjoyed. It's the one that was closest to a Rihanna album. She really switched things up. The videos were filmed that way. The style, some of the songs were meant for Rihanna, and Beyonce actually got them, so that's another story. But that one album, I wish I could remember what it was called. I'll put it on the screen. But that might have been the one album that I was like, wow, that whole thing. Okay, everything else I thought was boring. But anyway, she won for country album. She won Album of the Year for this Cowboy Carter album. Which, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if it wasn't good enough for the actual country people who judge country music, then I guess this is sort of like a Mercy Award. But I've heard people say, no, that Cowboy Carter album was actually really good. I only heard the one song. What is it? The Texas Hold'em song? I only heard one song. It's not like I've been inundated with like hearing all the great music that came off the Cowboy Carter album. And it's kind of familiar to me. I'm like, yeah, that album was all over the place. Yeah, she had like 3 or 4 bangers on that. I heard one song, Texas Hold'em. And I've seen her run around those outfits, and I saw her performance at whatever football game that was. But I think this was a Mercy Award. And, hey, shout out to Beyonce for getting it. Whatever it is, shout out, right? If you deserve it, you deserve it. Again, I'm no expert in the genre of country music. I do know that she did a remake of Jolene, Dolly Parton's famous song. And I will tell you this, Beyonce did not come close to touching Miley Cyrus when Miley Cyrus redid the Jolene song. Miley Cyrus tore that up. Now, again, I'm not a Miley Cyrus fan either. So there's no bias here. It's not like I'm pro one or the other. I'm not either one. I just know good music. And I know when that song, Jolene, if you're messing with Dolly Parton, you better be Whitney Houston, right, to do that, to take a song of hers and just knock it out the park. I don't think Miley Cyrus knocked Dolly Parton's version out the park. It's not on that level of I Will Always Love You, but she did a better job than most people, and it's been redone a couple of times, and I think that Miley Cyrus tore it up. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of the Grammy stuff. What do you think of the Grammys? Did you watch the Grammys? What? Oh, man, listen. Hold on a second. We ain't even talk about Kanye West and Bianca Censori, his wife, or his sex slave, whatever that is. No disrespect, but, yay, my man. Like, did y'all see this? Did you see the red carpet? Did you see he showed up with Bianca Censori? She takes off her coat and reveals to the paparazzi, the press, and everyone in attendance that she's butt naked with she had a dress on, but it was a sheer dress that barely went up to her thighs. I mean, everything. The lady, the pocketbook was out. The twins were out. The whole thing. She just went across the line. And my wife said, oh, they're probably going to make her go home or, whatever, which I think they did leave. I don't know if they left intentionally or they were kicked out. I think it was that they just came for the carpet thing and left anyway, right? I think that was Ye's plan. But I told my wife, I said, it's going to be tough because for years we've had artists show up pushing the envelope. 1 breast out, covered with a pasty, 2 breast out, covered with a tiny pasty, sheer top so you can see the areolas, you can see the whole thing, right? Butt cheeks hanging out, like barely visible. I mean, there's been so much of that. For Bianca to just take it to the next level, one level above or below, as some people would say. It's like, they're going to throw her out based on what? What's the rule? Is there a rule somewhere? Is there something that says, well, you can show this much breast, this much areola, and this much coochie, and this much behind, but once you get to this line, it's now officially Grammy, whatever, it's now illegal. Very interesting. I think it's classless, honestly. I think I'm not, and I'm no prude. All right, I'm not a conservative. I like booty and breast and fine women wearing nice clothes, and I like some of the sexual stuff, some of the more edgy stuff. I do like to see it when it's done right. I'm not a fan of raunchy, right? Especially when you've got beautiful women. I'm not a fan of just raunch. And it's gotten so raunchy, it's just ridiculous out there. Like, there's no taste or class, barely any. So I just say that because I thought this was just like, dude, what's going on with Ye and this woman, and where's her mind at, and what kind of, I don't know. Anyway, the Grammys, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Subscribe on the way out. I really appreciate that. Hit the notification bell so you know when I put up new content, and definitely hit that like button. That makes a big difference. It only takes a second. Hit like. Go ahead and below in the comments. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what's going on, and I'll see you on the next Time to Talk podcast. Peace.